Why side saddle riding? Why not? Our grandmothers fought to get equality so that we could ride with a leg on each side. And now that we have what we want in the modern world, those of us who do ride, it's a goal of ours to be able to ride the way our grandmothers used to, but still nobly and with good horsemanship. And I think you'll agree that these ladies achieved these dreams.
This event is sort of a passion of mine. It's something that I saw really a need for women in our area. And it started out a very small thing. I didn't imagine that it would grow to include women from all over North America, that we would have people that are considering coming from the UK, a teacher from the UK, people from the United States, all across Canada. It started out to be a thing that local women could do. We live in a very competitive area where we have high-powered horses with youth and athletic ability celebrated. And I grew up riding side saddle. I had a very good teacher, and I thought this was something that people of ordinary means could do with very ordinary horses. And it turns out that it celebrates people, riders of all ages, especially horses of all ages and all types. It's wonderful. I think it's fun to bring it back because we can. We can do anything that we want. We have this funny feeling that women from the past were frail and helpless, and that's so very wrong. They were iron-willed ladies, and it takes riding these, jumping as you just saw a few minutes ago, to see how skilled they really were. They were wonderful horsewomen, and that's still our goal today. If you do reining or working cow horse or jumping or dressage, you still want to be able to do such a good job aside as you do astride. That's the goal. We need to ride straight, we need to ride correctly, we need to be safe, we need to not hurt our animals so that they can move forward freely and straightly. So that's a big thing. Another aspect is the history of riding side saddle. Every side saddle that comes from a different country or a different era is recognizable, and it needs to be paired accordingly with the proper habit and whatnot. So in Canada, we have a real link to the UK, so we have English style saddles that came over with a lot of the people that settled the country, and as they ranched and got going, then a lot of the saddle makers made Western style saddles with the skirts and the tapadera and the silver. So you have ladies that are turned out in English fashion with the black habit, Melton wool, which feels wonderful on a day like today, and then the ladies with their split skirts and their buckskin gauntlets and their vests. And the best way to put it, if I was standing in front or behind, if you could just chop off the right leg. Okay, so you're basically a rider, straight with his horse, with no leg missing. And that sounds so simple. And it isn't. It's not hard, it's just difficult, if that makes sense. The muscles that we use to ride side saddle are all sort of obliquely pulled across us, and the first day goes swimmingly. Everybody's galloping madly around, feeling like 20-year-olds, and the second day, the Tylenol bottles making the rounds. It's really hard. Yeah. My first hopes when we first started doing this, because we've always been sort of you would ride in the parades or whatnot around here, and people would go, oh, she's side saddle, isn't that unique? And I got thinking, what if around here side saddle was to die out? I think that would be a part of women's history that just went missing, sadly. So my goal is to keep it going. I see these 10 and 12-year-old girls going around like jump jockeys at speed, and I go, it's not going to die out. There's 3 little girls here today, 5, 7, and 9, making plans to attend next year. So it is not going to die out as long as we get children wanting to do it. As far as the Bayou Ranch goes, this is a very unique event in North America. There is one other event similar to it in New Jersey. This is a big, long-going event. I would like to see it keep going, because I think this site, if it could be linked with history, education, and the role that women play in ranching, got it all right here.